Secretary Lehman.
Just to follow up on the profiling, this is a pretty politically sensitive issue, as you know, and generally the gold standard in this air transport security is accepted to be the Israeli airline and airport security systems, which depends very heavily on ethnic profiling. Do you advocate specifically including ethnic profiling in the CAPS system? Was there any ethnic profiling going on before 9/11? Should it go on today?
Mr. Secretary, I'm not in a position to suggest what the profile ought to consist of. That is a role of the TSA, exclusively the role of the TSA. We have a single airline that, with respect to CAPS 2, is working to facilitate the deployment of a system, but it's up to the federal government, and I don't think it would be appropriate for me to suggest. To the best of my knowledge, on the second part of your question, I don't think racial profiling was included in the earlier system, but there are those that I'm sure will be testifying that can give you a more accurate reflection of the detail of that system than I can.
But does the industry advocate, given that we're at war with Arab fundamentalists, that there should be an element of narrowing down special attention on an ethnic basis?
Commissioner, we have not made any recommendations as to the detail of profiling other than to say that we recommend that there ought to be, profiling as part of the overall intelligence process.
On another issue, we have had reports that there was very heavy lobbying from the industry during the 90s, particularly after the recommendations of the Pan Am 103 panel to water down the rulemaking to prevent its funding properly, and then when certain things were implemented, like cockpit access, that once the heat was off, the key system and the locked cockpit doors and so forth was basically dropped by the industry, and that they successfully blocked Kevlar doors, which was one of the recommendations. Is that an accurate depiction? Did the industry lobby pressure to reduce and lower the cost of screening and other security procedures?
I don't have personal experience, Commissioner, as to what the industry did or didn't do at that time. I wouldn't be surprised in looking back at the history to discover that the industry did, or at least the trade association on behalf of the industry, worked to find rules and regulations that were as cost effective as they could be. So it is entirely possible that they worked hard on behalf of their member companies to work with the FAA and with others to try and come up with the best solutions.
Thank you.